Soldiers drove spikes into the vine, then they hooked it with iron grappling hooks. Immediately horses began pulling on the hooks, but after relentless tugging, the massive vine began to warp. The next instant the vine suddenly tore itself from the ground, freed from Earth's constraints. It began flailing wildly. Soldiers fled in terror, as more vines burst through the soil. The roots grew increasingly unstable. The vines above began swaying dangerously. The violent shaking alerted the princess and Jack, who were hurrying down the vines. They rushed to investigate, but the vines collapsed the very next moment. The king, terrified, fled in panic. The general, still above striving to retrieve the crown, saw the vines crumble and seized the only chance to return to the human world. The two-headed monster, seeing the soul stairway to the human world collapse, was deeply grieved. Meanwhile, Jack and the princess were falling. They clung desperately to the vines. Jack pulled a vine branch toward him, reached into his pocket for a token, and began cutting the vine. As Jack cut relentlessly, the vine quickly snapped. The main vine trunk also began collapsing toward the ground. Jack instructed the princess to hold him tight. As he watched for the perfect moment, he urged her to cling to him, then leaped out the next instant. Grasping the vine, they soared through the air. Jack scanned the terrain below until he spotted a haystack. Timing his swing perfectly, he used momentum to swing out, hoping the hay would cushion the fall, but a blade came hurtling toward them. Fortunately, luck spared them this time. Yet the vine continued collapsing. The general clung tightly to its tip as it threatened to smash into the palace. He leapt into the river to evade danger. The next instant, the vine crashed into the city wall. The mighty river took the impact, sending towering waves crashing ashore. This devastation left the king restless. He grasped his daughter's bracelet. Just then his aide arrived.
Your Majesty.
Hearing the sound, he spun around. The next instant he saw his daughter return safely. The two embraced tightly. To honor Jack, the king bestowed upon him a bag of gold coins. At that moment the princess stepped forward. She expressed her gratitude to Jack, but Jack, aware of his own circumstances, signaled that someone awaited him in the distance. Then Jack produced the family heirloom and handed it to the princess, asking her to keep it as a memento. The princess cast one last, reluctant glance at him before departing.